Morning, guys. It's very freezing. You can see the sleet coming down, but we're getting a mixture of sleet, snow, and rain right now, and they're planning on everything being very, very frozen. You see the cars already have a lot of stuff on them. Going out to start Miss Shoky's car. So it'll be warm and not completely frozen for a while. I almost slipped just here. Wow, yeah. Because it's been sleeting for a while, and it's like melting and freezing on the cars and the roads and everything else. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm gonna get her car warmed up. Yeah, she's gonna go to work in all this mess. I was actually called and said that there's nothing for me to do, but they were offering me something else. I'm like, not really. I don't really want to go out in this garbage. So we'll see what happens. Might end up getting called back to work later. But it's funny, if you're following, well, you guys probably you are following me on Facebook, but I even called her last night. I was like, how much you want to bet? And I even told my wife, I'm like, all right, it's 5:25. I'm gonna go get dressed. I bet you in exactly 10 minutes, I get a phone call. In exactly 10 minutes, I got a phone call. Just how it is. But all schools are canceled in the area, like the greater Texas area. They don't want anybody out on the roads if they don't have to be. And since my job is being out on the road, I don't want to do it. It's a good thing I did that bit, because if I waited too much longer, your doors probably would have been frozen shut. But yay, fun times. So yeah, guys, so far it's just been chilling at home. Still pretty early in the morning. It's only about 7:30. Miss Shoky made it to work on time, no problem. Well, on time. She made it there safe, I should say. She left to work really early. I'm just hanging out right now. You can see I took off my brown shirt, but I haven't taken off anything else because I know the people I work for. So I know as soon as I take my boots off, you know, I'm gonna end up at work. But like it's kind of ridiculous because realistic, like the news everywhere, the National Weather Advisory is like, stay off the roads, stay home, keep safe. UPS doesn't care about that. I mean, I get it. We have a job to do, and you know the world basically runs off of what we do, what FedEx does. But if it's not even safe for us to do our job, what are we supposed to do? I mean, like I was just talking with one of the other drivers, and I'm like, if it's not safe to come to work, like getting to work is dangerous. How is being out in this weather better, you know? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, the last time it froze like this, it was actually severe, much, much worse than this, or at least how it is right now. But if about 4 years ago, when one of the worst freezes we've ever had down here, and I mean, freeways were frozen over, trucks couldn't even get here from the north. But you could say, irony, you could see 18-wheelers that made it, and they're absolutely covered in ice, like from front to back, and they're thawing as they get a little bit farther south. But the last time this happened, they made the command decision. They're like, okay, look, we're only going to send out 10 routes. I think it was 10 to 15. And they're all right here in Conroe, like just as close as you can get. Plus, not every driver could get to work. I was actually frozen in at my girlfriend's house at the time because my place, the pipes froze, so I couldn't stay there. So I went to my girlfriend's house, and then she had to drive me to work because it was just compiled problems. My car was in the shop dealing with a flat tire, and because nobody went to work that day, of course, I didn't have a car. So she had to take me in her mom's car to work down an icy freeway, which was not fun because we were sliding around a little bit. Little front-wheel drive Toyota Matrix trying to make it to work. And by the time I got to work, sit there and hang out for an hour, and then they said, okay, we're only running these routes, everybody else go home. I'm like, I can't get home, I don't have a car. So one of my buddies took me home. He's the only person who was heading south I'm like, hey, buddy, can you take me home? At least you have a big truck. By then, the sun had come out and defrosted the freeways a little bit, but everything else was still frozen. I mean, you're talking about trees falling from the sheer amount of ice, power lines coming down from ice and everything like that. I talked about that on the snow day. But it's just like, if it's supposed to keep sleeting, keep raining, and even snow today, the main problem is, and of course, anybody up north, anywhere where we actually get cold weather, unlike Texas, it comes down, it melts, then the freezing air comes through, and it's only supposed to get colder throughout the day. The highest or the warmest it's even supposed to be today is like 4 in the afternoon, and that's still in the 30s. We're supposed to be in the 20s throughout the middle of the day with the wind chill factors. That means that the rain comes down, freezes on the ground, and then the next load comes in and freezes on top of that. So it's just going to be ridiculous. And then we're supposed to be down in the teens tonight with this same kind of weather. They're expecting to actually have like roads and everything shut down through tomorrow afternoon. So it's like, how do they expect drivers to come into work and work in those conditions? Because one, it's not safe to be on the roads. Two, just walking around, you could slip and bust your ass. I've been there. I've slipped on a wet porch before that had a little bit of ice going on. You try to walk up some wooden steps and there's a little bit of frozen ice. You can't even tell. It all just looks like wood. And you just whoop, and you're down. You can get seriously injured that way. But because this is the company we work for, and yeah, life has to sort of keep happening, keep moving forward, they're probably not going to do anything like that. I mean, they'll be lucky if they do like half days, because I mean, realistically, I think half the city is shut down. I mean, other than like cops, city things, I mean, all schools are closed. A lot of businesses are closing. Honestly, the fact that Miss Shoky went to work at all was ridiculous, but she knows that somebody has to be there. And like the last time there was like bad weather, like during Harvey, she's the only one who could make it to work. She was the only one making sure that anything was happening at all with her company. I might make myself some more coffee. It's like I had a decent cup of coffee earlier, but it's just, I mean, I'm going to stay home for now. I'm still waiting on that phone call because I made that prediction yesterday. I'm like, I bet you I will be done with my breakfast. I'll be done with my coffee. I will be fully dressed and I will be about to go warm up my car and they'll call. Well, they texted rather than call. And I said, hey, no EAMs today. Do you want to go to the airport? I'm like, no. It's like, not really. And one of the other guys, because there's only 3 of us, one of the other guys had already called in, so that leaves the third one of us to go down there. And he said he'd go. I'm like, well, if he said no, does that mean I would have to? It's like, does that mean like you have to default to me? I'd be like, no, I said no already. I'm not dumb enough. I know how bad it gets. And the airport, it's a wide open area. It's just wind freezes things over. So they're already expecting late air. So my last part of my prediction is that they'll say, hey, can you come in and help shuttle air later? So we'll see how that goes. That's why I haven't gotten undressed yet. Because I know how my company works. I know the people I work for. And yeah, it sucks because today is just going to be bad crap on top of bad crap. And I've got to do laundry today because we have no clothes. So I got to do what I can. And I have a feeling our office here is not going to be open yet. Or open today at all. Maintenance guys will hopefully be on property just in case for water problems. Because in weather like this, even in apartments, pipes can freeze. Especially if they have any vacant units, they have to go and turn the heaters on and make sure that those units are safe. It's sleeting again. I could hear it, I just can't see it. It's so fine. But I warmed my car up earlier. I thawed out the windshield and stuff because that way, at least when I come back to do it later, if I have to go anywhere, it won't be, like an inch deep of ice. It's going to be a rough couple days, guys. I mean, like I said, they're not expecting this to clear out until tomorrow, if at all. So the rest of the week could be really screwed up. We could have all this weather today set us back, because all the way up towards Dallas and everything, it's all frozen, all snowy, all icy. So if it gets frozen in like it did before, and everywhere else that we get stuff from, nobody can get trucks to us. So that might mean tomorrow could be a really, really light day in comparison. And then Thursday and Friday are like Christmas again. So, you know, this happens probably once every 4 or 5 years. And it sucks. So yeah, I mean, in the last year we've had some of the most extreme weather possible. And yeah, it's sleeting again. If it ever starts snowing, I'll go out and video it, but the sleet and stuff kind of sucks. So, just icy. So, I mean, you can see, still got frost all over the cars, on the ground, on the roof across the way. So, is what it is. I'm going to try to get some work done today if I can. I really want to fix my review set, but that's going to be really hard to do because I can't get another blanket for a while. Or another sheet, I should say. I'll figure that out somehow. But I mean, I can work on the Gold Ranger. I was going to give it a full day to dry, so I don't want to be handling that fresh paint. And I was trying to show it off last night, the Golden Power stuff. It looks pretty good, but the silver right there actually should be black. But I'm scared to get my black Gundam marker in there. We'll see what happens. Because, I mean, the bits and pieces actually don't look terrible. But I don't want to handle anything. I don't want to touch any of the paint until I know it's truly set. Because I know it's going to be rough assembling this thing. And I want to not screw up the parts that I just painted. You know. I guess I can clean up my room today. It definitely needs it. It's a big mess. I could film a couple other small reviews. I got Pokemon reviews I need to do, so I could do that. You know, it sucks having a day off from work because Monday is usually my day to get things done. Film, edit, and all that stuff. So now I have a Tuesday off. And originally I was going to go to my mom's to work on the table today. Nope, I'm not going out in this. So it is what it is, and the thing that sucks is my small tripod is at my parents' house. But I'm just gonna sit down, chill for a little bit, and just see what happens. Maybe make myself some more coffee. Whew. Holy crap, guys, it is cold. It is really cold out here. You can see ice on everything, and it's not snow, it's sleet, and it's crunchy. The sidewalk's actually not too bad, but the parking lot is a mess. And you can see all that. I mean, it's pretty pretty. But there's photos some of my fellow UPS guys have been posting. One of which was the wheel actually has icicles coming off of it in a spiral formation because he was going down the freeway. And it all thawed out as he was going. And you can see like some snowballs probably come out of the tree. So, something. That's strange because they're at intervals. Even down there. That's really weird. Huh. I don't know. It is definitely a good day to stay inside and warm. Like I said, we don't tend to get winters like this, but here we go. And even if it's only like 2 or 3 days of weather like this, but the fact that it's supposed to get down into the teens tonight is pretty crazy. And yeah, I'm wearing my UPS beanie because it's the only beanie I have now. I've been working on the local type custom. Can't show it to you. But I'm working on one of the more difficult parts of the build and had to do a lot of precise kind of cutting. And the scary part comes down to when I have to start gluing things. Yeah, that's where I'm worried about stuff. Because also having to trim pieces down, we'll see what happens. Because I kind of want to have this particular part movable. We'll see. I got a lot of work to do. And I might, by the end of the day, try to slap the Gold Ranger together, unwrap it a little bit, see what happens. My cousin just texted me. I have to see what's up with that. I'm about to make myself a sandwich. I got some good turkey. But I'll talk to you guys later. Probably hard to see. But it's actually snowing, guys. Not coming down hard, but definitely some little snow flurries. Oh yeah, It's definitely winter again, for sure. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it over here. The more wind that comes in, now it's blowing it all around. Great. Now it started snowing. Just getting better. Wow. Yeah, so great. It's basically exactly what they said. Freezing rain and sleet, and then more sleet, and now snow. That's crazy. Oh, only in, well, I was going to say only in Texas, but basically it's the entire country right now. So I'm making progress on the thingy that I'm doing. Slow progress, but progress nonetheless. It's hard. At least the parts that I'm making are going to be difficult to, and it sucked that I can't show you guys because, you know, I said this. One of the first people who's ever really going to get to see it is the winner of the contest. But I mean, like, I'm showing it to a couple friends along the way who also build customs because they can help me out with ideas and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty much a secret. Patreon guys know. So if you want to know, go over to the Patreon. But yeah, it's been a long time. I had to get up and walk around a little bit. But yeah, though, Miss Shoky texted me and said, "Hey, it's snowing." She's at work, essentially alone. There's nobody else in the building. And like she's saying, like, she went outside to smoke, and the sidewalk was frozen over. She's like, "I'm scared to walk out here." So you should be. And right there, she said, "You can scrape the ice off the sidewalk." There you go. But I did need to get up and move around a little bit because I've been sitting down for quite a long time. I'm probably going to take a break after I get this part built, and then I guess I can show you the part I'm building because it may not really make any difference. But yeah, I'm gonna get that built and then probably take a break, do some laundry before it gets too cold. You know how it goes. Still wearing my work pants. Now I gotta go to the bathroom. I know it's been all day, but man, here we go again. That's snowing hard. Holy crap. Look at that. Wow. Can't really tell. Maybe you can. I just don't see it on the camera. It's definitely heavier than you can probably see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it is snowing.